One of the things that make DVDs a unique distribution medium is that titles can be created for a global audience using subtitles. Subtitles are nothing more than text superimposed over the video in your audience's native language. If you need to create subtitles in Spanish, for example, your choices would be to open the track, then using DVD Studio Pro's built-in subtitle editor, create each subtitle manually. If you're working on a 2-hour movie, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun, even for motivated production assistants. Thankfully, there's a wonderful third-party product called Title Exchange from a company called Spherico that will allow you to create all your subtitles in Final Cut Pro, then translate them into DVD Studio Pro compliant STL files. Here's an open sequence with the English subtitle track placed on V2 and a Spanish subtitle track placed on V3. By clicking the green visibility buttons on the left side of the timeline, you can toggle the canvas to display one or the other. The next step is to export this timeline as an XML file we can import into Title Exchange. Make sure your sequence is selected, then from the File menu choose Export XML. The Export XML dialog appears. Leave all the settings at their defaults, then press Return. In the next window that appears, name your XML file. Since I plan on importing the content from the V3 track, I'll name this file Spanish Subtitles, then save the file to my desktop. In the Applications folder, I'll launch the Spherico translation app called Title Exchange. A little window appears, but before you click the Import button, you may want to adjust some of the export settings. Click directly on the text at the top of the window labeled XML to STL to bring up the conversion setup window. The upper part of the window is where you set your input and output file formats. Since I exported an XML file from Final Cut Pro, I want the input file format checked as XML. For the output file format, I want STL selected. So what exactly is an STL file? STL stands for Spruce Technologies Format, and it's simply a text file that contains the commands for creating the text formatting, and where the subtitle will ultimately be placed in the track based on timecode. If you click the STL QuickTime Settings button, yet another window will appear where you can specify the formatting of your STL file prior to being imported into DVD Studio Pro. By clicking the text arrows, a drop-down menu will appear, allowing you to choose a font for your subtitles. As a general rule, try to keep your subtitles simple. While Helvetica is not a sexy font, it does read well, which is paramount for your viewers. You can also change the font style as well as the size. I generally leave these settings at regular and the type size at 20 points. In this area below, you can add fades to your subtitles so that they don't just pop on the screen. You also have some formatting options in terms of text justification and placement, but leave these at their defaults. When you're ready to translate the Final Cut Pro exported XML file into a DVD Studio Pro compliant STL file, simply click the Import Subtitle File button. Then navigate to the file where your XML file lives, then click the Select button. A tiny window pops up asking you what track from Final Cut you want translated. Since my Spanish subtitles are on the V3 track, I'll select 3 from the list and click OK. I'm asked to name the STL file, which I do, then save it to my desktop. Back in DVD Studio Pro, in the track editor, bring the track you want subtitles for to the front by using the View menu. Next, right or control-click inside the S1 track, or any subtitle track, and choose Import Subtitle File. Click the STL file you just exported from Title Exchange, then press Return. DVD Studio Pro displays a window letting you know your subtitles were imported successfully. Move your playhead to the beginning of the track and press your spacebar to watch your subtitles play back in real time.
The casino is Avalon's most famous and prominent landmark, which opened in 1929.
At any time, you can edit your imported subtitles by clicking the subtitle in the track editor, and then in the inspector, make your changes. Here, I'm changing the text color. If you want the color changes applied to the entire track of subtitles, click the Apply to Stream button, and every subtitle will inherit that color. If you want to remove the fades or change their durations, you can do so in the General tab. So there you have it, a quick way to generate a subtitle file right from Final Cut Pro by way of Spherico's Title Exchange translation software. If you're interested in Title Exchange, you can download a trial version by visiting www.spherico.com.